Hello and welcome. This is Faceless Opinion, joining a werewolf cult. Welcome you back to another Skyrim video. So for today, we're going to be continuing on with our power scale series that I started last week. If you watched the video from last week, which I hope you did, I power scaled the Last Dragonborn. In said video, I stated that I would not factor in the faction questlines into it, as I want them to have their own videos. Besides, it's not like the Dragonborn needed any of the feats from any of the factions, and spoiler alert, the Last Dragonborn is OP as hell. Anyhow, in this video, we're going to be figuring out how powerful the Harbinger of the Companions is. To establish some ground rules for this, we're going to pretend that the Dragonborn forsake their destiny and want to join the Companions. Or perhaps someone else came in and took the position of Harbinger. It doesn't matter that much. All that really matters and what you need to know is that we're going to determine the equipment, powers, and feats that the soon-to-be Harbinger acquires throughout the Companion's questline and other quests that are connected with the group. Let's talk about the equipment that the Harbinger would end up having access to. When it comes to armor, the only real thing that is a Companion's exclusive thing would be the wolf armor. You know, your standard run-of-the-mill heavy armor set, which is not enchanted. Transitioning over to weaponry, the Harbinger can use any type of martial weapon that can be crafted from the Skyforge, thus making it a Skyforge steel weapon and slightly more superior than a regular steel weapon. Silver swords, which can be picked up from members of the Silver Hand, are another possible weapon choice, as they are incredibly effective against both undead and lycanthropes. However, the best weapon in the Harbinger's arsenal would have to go to Wolfrad, the legendary axe of Ysgramor, which has an ability in which it can deal extra damage to any elven race. In regard to magic, the Harbinger does not really learn any spells, though you can say that they have access to both flames and healing, which is something at least. But would the Harbinger have access to shouts? I wouldn't see why not. You don't have to be the Dragonborn to learn how to shout. There are plenty of people who can do it, like the Greybeards, Ulfric Stormcloak, of a wide variety of Draugr, so yeah, I'll give the Harbinger the ability to shout. Which shouts are they going to have? Well, during the Companion's questline, you only really learn two shouts, those being Fire Breath and Animal Allegiance. Fire Breath is self-explanatory, while Animal Allegiance allows you to call nearby animals to help you in combat. To be honest, the Harbinger's abilities so far have been a little lackluster, but it does have one thing going for it, and that would be the werewolf transformation, which increases your strength and power as you channel this feral form, being able to rip things apart with your bare teeth and claws, throwing people around like they're paperweights, to making use of many different types of howls, from being able to instill fear and cause foes to run away, summoning different types of wolves to help you in combat, to being able to detect life. That is just a small tidbit of what the werewolf form is. If you want to know more about it, I made a video detailing what a werewolf can do. It is linked in the description for your viewing pleasure. Now, across our journey in Skyrim, the Harbinger will face off against a wide bunch of enemies ranging from wild animals, to Draugr, the Silver Hand, Hagravens, to even spirits. In regard to feats, some accomplishments would be wiping out the Silver Hand, the Companion's mortal enemy, gathering the fragments of Wolfrad, finding the totems of Hircine, which allows them to enhance their werewolf transformation, and finally, purify the souls of Kodlak, Farkas, and Vilkas, curing them of their lycanthropy. In regard to any proper fights that the Harbinger has had with any notable people, that is going to be a little scarce. There's only really two opponents, and I put the term opponents in air quotes. The first being Krev the Skinner, who was a high-ranking member of the Silver Hand that the Harbinger kills during the quest The Silver Hand, when they attack one of their forts. Honestly, we don't know how skilled Krev is. It is revealed he has killed a fair share of werewolves. You can also make the argument that he killed Skjor, a high-ranking member of the Companions, though we don't know the context involving it, so I am reluctant to give that to Krev, as he might not have been the one to take down Skjor to begin with. Then the next big challenge would go to the Glenmoral Witches, which are a group of Hagravens, who were the ones responsible for telling the Companions about lycanthropy and essentially kind of cursing them with it. Well, that covers everything that we have regarding the Harbinger. Now it is time to answer the question, how strong is the Harbinger? Honestly, not that great. When researching this, I was greatly surprised by the fact on how little the Companions get into any type of crazy matchups and fights. Like every questline and faction quest has some type of big bad they go up against, but the Companions don't have anything like that. All they really have is the Silver Hand, and let's be real honest here, the Silver Hand is not a threat or challenge. They are just bandits with silver swords. The only thing going for the Harbinger is the werewolf transformation. Without that, I would say that the Harbinger is a mid-tier adventurer at best. You could, in theory, highball the Harbinger due to Radiant quests and the chance of being sent somewhere with a dangerous enemy group like Giants, Falmer, or even slay a weak level dragon, but that is all based on RNG, and even then, it doesn't even move the needle that much. I gotta say, I am greatly disappointed. Goes to show you that the Companion's questline got shafted in regards to getting good items and substantial fights. Hey. Now tell me, how powerful do you think the Harbinger of the Companions is? What do you think of my analysis? Do you think the Companions deserve better? Do you think they are a cult? Comment down below. I hope you enjoyed. Be sure to leave a like and make sure you subscribe for more Skyrim Month content. Until next time, I'll catch you all on the flip side.